I'm a black man. I own a company. I hire a Latino. The Latino comes back and complain about the African Americans because the Latino thinks because I'm African, I don't have any relationship with the African American. The Latino comes to me and tell me that you are an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. That African American cannot work. I have Jose. I have Gonzalez, my brothers who know how to work very well. You need to fire the African Americans, and I will bring a lot of hardworking Latinos who work for your company. This is my company as a black man. My company. I was a contractor at Quantico Marine Base in Virginia. A contractor for General Electrics. And the Latino workers that are hired, they are snitching on the African American workers that are hired for me to fire the African Americans so they can bring Latinos to take their place. When Latinos get into hiring positions in any industry in America, they do not hire African Americans.
So some people have been trying to make videos, and especially black people, right? And trying to tell their people to come, let's join together, stand in solidarity with some of these Latinos who are out there protesting. Somehow they're all people of color, so they've been actually making videos and said it's going to affect everybody. Somehow, if they're able to manipulate these people or maneuver these people, it might end up affecting everyone at the end of the day. So a lot of black people have also, some have actually stand in solidarity with them. Not a lot of them are on the street, yeah, okay, because of consequences which everybody is aware of. But some of them are already making videos and standing in the gap for some of these Latinos. But guess what? Somebody came on the internet, an African black man came out and broke the camera's back. Okay, and this is already causing a lot on TikTok. Okay, I came across this and a lot of people have been stitching that video, talking about it, and I'm like, I have to share this with you guys because this man came on TikTok and was telling us deeper things about what has been happening within the black and the Latino community. You know how people say the relationship between the black and Latino community is very strong and all that, and people keep saying this is not how it is. But this man came and broke it bit by bit, kind of explaining exactly what has been happening between these two communities. It's not what we all think, right? And other people have been saying that, the day, I think that was this Asian man who was talking about that the day the Latino and the black people will come together, they're, in full force against their enemy and realize that they have one enemy, then things will get better. Well, I'm just going to let these videos roll, right? Then I'll come back with my commentary. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. So let's go watch, then I'll come back with the commentary.
So while we have brothers who are unemployable because of whatever, they are on the street corner smoke, the ones who want to work, but these jobs are not given to them because it's gotten to a point where within the construction industry itself, some of the Latinos are in hiring positions. And we know when a Latino gets into a hiring position in any industry in America, they don't hire black folk. When Latinos get into hiring positions in any industry in America, they do not hire African Americans. I know this for a fact because I have a lot of friends who are Latinos and I have a lot of my African American cousins. Some of them who wanted to go into construction. It's not because the brothers don't want to work. It's because white Americans have been living with African Americans even from the day when our ancestors came from Africa as enslaved people. White Americans will work with African Americans who want to work. Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work. There's a difference. There's a difference. For the time that I've been speaking, so many people have been flagging for the life to be taken down. Have I said anything bad about Latinos? I'm just speaking the obvious truth. Latinos don't like to work with black people. Latinos don't like to hire black people. I'm just saying the obvious truth. I'm just saying the obvious truth. Why are they reporting their life? As a matter of fact, if you're a Latino and you don't like what I'm saying, scroll on. I'm here to pass a message to African American men on how they can mobilize themselves to take over the construction industry labor force. So I will recap before I go. Black men in various cities, Miami, New York, start to come together in groups and register labor force companies. Then go to the big companies and get the contracts. You can either get the contracts through hourly pay or one contractual sum. Then if you are 10 of you in the group, you can get a contract, say, for $500,000 to do all the labor in the company. Then you can hire other...
I think it's funny how everybody's true colors are coming out, especially the black people.
A few moments later.
Oh, and since you want to learn Spanish so bad, tú eres una puta gorda que aparte de negra eres naca.
And it only took you 3 seconds flat for you to show your true colors after coming on this app and being a beggar, begging for help from the black community. If you're going to call someone a fat black WHO, don't cower behind a coded language. Say it to their face.
The black people, because y'all are quick to forget what country you guys fled to shelter when you were slaves. You're quick to forget when Black Lives Matters movement was happening, who was right there next to y'all.
I can guarantee that it wasn't you, boo-boo. Most of y'all like to parrot this one talking point about Mexico, but never talk about how slavery was abolished by a black indigenous president named Vicente Guerrero. He also helped liberate Mexico from Spain. But what did more conservative Mexicans do to their black indigenous president after they were done using him to gain liberation? They executed him because he was pushing for Afro-Indigenous equality. After Mexicans used him to gain their liberation, they backstabbed him. And it tracks to this day. Ma'am, the easiest, most effective thing that you can do to protect yourself and preserve your rights is to vote. And the Latino community couldn't even do that. Latinos largely voted for your own oppression. And now you have the audacity to think the black community is obligated to help you fix what you broke. Latinos, the call...
We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. You hear me? It's coming from inside the house.
Fix your own house, Latinos.
Black people are tired of being a bank where everyone keeps making withdrawals and no one ever makes a deposit. And I want you to think about that. If that was your setup, would you still want to give? Especially for those of us in the Hispanic community, because it's about patterns that we've inherited and the harm that we've ignored. Me, myself, I'm Puerto Rican. I've seen how anti-blackness and colorism still show up in our homes, in our language, in our media, in our families. In many families, darker skin is treated like a disadvantage. When solidarity is needed, hesitation shows what's been internalized, and too many of us were raised to believe that aligning with blackness meant losing something: safety, opportunity, acceptance. And we were taught the proximity to whiteness would protect us, that staying quiet was safer. So if we don't unlearn that, we end up repeating the same harm we say we stand against. So disengagement is not okay. What's happening to immigrant communities right now is devastating. I'm not taking away from that, and it does deserve compassion and support. But a good portion of that fear didn't come from distant forces, and it came from within our own communities. I've spoken out because I've watched people I know support systems that were never created for us to begin with. Systems that weren't designed to protect us, only to use us when it's convenient. So while I've raised my voice, I also know too many that have stayed silent. Or worse, they chose power. We don't get to ask for empathy if we're unwilling to confront the harm our silence helped protect. And contrary to popular opinion, holding each other accountable isn't betrayal. It's how we begin to heal. So to the black women and men that are saying we poured into everybody and got nothing back, you're not wrong. You've carried movements, you've carried communities, you've carried generations without rest, without complaint, without question. And we cannot undo the silence that already has happened, but we can take responsibility for what happens next. I think people are not realizing we have way more similarities than differences, and we have more power together than we do apart. So look to your black brother or sister, look at them and say thank you. And I see you. It's simple as that. Strike up a conversation, get to understand, because that's all they're asking for, to be seen and to be appreciated for all they do.
All right, Latinos, mi gente, we need to do better. I need you to watch this video all the way through because it's important for everyone, no matter what background, no matter what you believe. I need you to watch this. A few days ago, I made a video about unity. You can go look at it. It's called We Are Stronger When We Unite. And the overall message of that video was, if all of the minorities, especially, particularly the black community, if we came together with Latinos, just how powerful could we be? What are the things that we could change? What is the impact that we could create? I was coming from hey, if we unite, we can do a lot. And the black community showed up and they had a lot to say, and it wasn't great. But I'm thankful because they clarified that in my message, I missed very important context that changes, or more so, speaks to the truth of where we're at. We are in a very important place in history. We are in a position where how we organize the things that we do now, today, tomorrow, in this administration is going to determine a lot. Go back, look through my video, watch the comments. But if you notice, the overwhelming numbers that you'll hear is 92%. 92% being the amount of people in the black community who overwhelmingly voted for Harris. Now, you compare that to the 46 to 52% of Latinos that voted for Trump. I was asking for them to come help us. And their response was, First of all, we've been doing this a lot longer than you. But second of all, you can't even help yourself. Why would we come and help you? And after reading through 150 plus comments and responding to most of them, it really dawned on me that they're right. They have been organizing and fighting and responsible primarily for the progress of this country for hundreds of years. And for us Latinos, we can't even get our house in order. We can't even agree on who we should vote for and who has our interest in mind. And not to mention now with these protests, I'm seeing people burning American flags. Why would you burn the flag of the country you're fighting so hard to stay in? Why? We are proud Mexicans. We are proud Latinos. I understand the flags because it represents who we are. But we should also be flying American flags because this is our home. This is my home. I've been here for 32 out of my 33 years in life. It is not us versus America. It is us fighting for what America is for us. And it is us learning to unite and support each other and organize. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of conversations that we need to have, and we need to unite and organize and do a better job of moving in the same direction, moving in the direction that is going to be good for all of us. So a lot of the comments were, don't come and ask us for help. Take care of your own house. Figure out what y'all got to do. This message has to be for you. And it was hard. It was hard to read through the comments. It was hard to comment back. It was hard to hear it again and again and again. But I'm so grateful for the Black community that showed up and had this discussion because they're right. And you know what? We do need their help, but we need to learn how to organize the way they did. Instead of asking them for help because we're the ones in trouble now, we need to learn how to organize ourselves. And more so, before we can ask anyone else to jump to our aid, we need to learn to jump to our own aid, and we need to learn to be there and support other people before we ask anyone else to come help us. So for all of the people who commented, we're sitting this one out as a Black community, y'all figure it out, I get it. And I think it's right. I think it's right because we as Latinos, we have to do a better job of supporting each other. We have to do a better job of organizing. We have to do a better job of proving that we can unite and we can organize under a common cause. And not just because we need it, but because it's good for everyone. And when our Black brothers and sisters are there and they're going through it, we have to show up for them. Unity starts with us setting the example. It starts with us making the changes that we need to make in order to help ourselves. Because other people are going to be a lot more willing to help us if we're organized, if we're moving in the right direction, and if we're doing things for others because it's the right thing to do. So if you are a Latino and you are someone who wants to make a change, and if you're someone who wants to see America be better for us, we have to learn how to organize within ourselves. We have to learn how to better understand what it is we want and do it the right way. Stop burning American flags. Organize. Learn to support each other. Don't vote because the things that he's saying, the hateful things, the hateful rhetoric doesn't apply to you. Don't vote for just what's good for you. Vote for what's good for your own family, your own loved ones, even if you don't have any family that's undocumented. We have to come together and we have to learn that until we are voting for an America that is good for everyone, it's not going to be the America that we want to live in. So yeah, I learned, and again, I've said it before, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I made that video. I'm grateful that I had so many people reach out, and you know, the love and support from that community that I felt once we had conversation, once people DM'd me and we had a chat, it was incredible. They've done so much for all of us that we don't even notice. We've benefited so much from the Black community and all of the effort that they've put in to make this country one where people like us are more accepted. It's our turn. It's our turn to lead the charge. And not just because we're the ones being attacked right now, but because we have the numbers, but because we have the power. And I think once we learn to organize, once we learn to row in the right direction, to take the charge in fighting for everyone's rights, then the Black community and every other community is going to be much more open to unifying with us. It may take time. We may not agree. We may not get a lot of this right, but I think we have to want it. And I think we have to step out of our own personal bubbles and step out of this, not my battle, not my fight, because it is. So to all of those in the Black community who saw my video, who commented and said, take care of your own house, talk to your own people, I appreciate it because I think that's what we need to do.
So imagine that you are actually, you know, you have a construction company and somebody come to you to tell you what that man said about somebody who you have seen as a brother, because somehow, whether you like it or not, Africans and Black Americans, they're the same. Whether you like it or not, it's just that sometimes some people will make videos and say not all blacks are African. It's okay. Your conclusion, your decision, whatever you decide, right? But somehow these people have the same. So how am I going to, favor somebody else than someone who looks like me? How does it even make sense? They find a way to convince you according to what this man is trying to say. And when you see all of these things, I've seen different testimony from different people over the course of you guys know that this whole Latino and Black community content has been here for like close to a week or so, and a lot of people have been coming out to give receipts of how they felt raised to the seas around the Latin community, and this is one of the reasons why they are not coming out to protest alongside them. A lot of people have come out. So many people have come out, even from their childhood, how they lived in a Mexican community or Latin community, and some of the things they faced when they were there as blacks, right? So some of them still remember. Remember my last video where I talked about how people don't always forget. Especially this generation right now, we don't forget. We tend to remember everything. We're not our ancestors. They kind of maybe have forgotten, and they are not even here to even for us to know if they have forgotten or they still remember. But every one of us still remember what happened. Yeah, whether we have witnessed it or we read it on book, somehow it just sticks to us that this set of people are on their own. They don't like us. They just want to be on their own. They don't want us around them. So I think this is one of the reasons why it's as if everybody just sitting this one out and saying, you know what, we are not doing this. We are not doing this with any of you guys, right? We're not coming out to put our bodies on the line or protest alongside you for no reason. I've seen different gaslighting videos from different Latinos and saying, oh, you guys have to come out. You cannot say you can't sit this out, because if they finish up with us, they might come for you guys. In fact, they are going to come for you guys. A lot of people have made that video, and a lot of Black people actually responded saying that even if they want to come to us, it's not like they don't want to. It's not like they don't have the power to come to us, okay, try to deport us. But where exactly are they going to deporting those Black people to? Because except they know where they came from, right? They will say, okay, maybe pack your load, go to Kenya, go to Nigeria, go to Congo, just go back to wherever. But you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know where your ancestors got their ancestors from. So where are you going to be deporting them? So over the years, they've had always known that this life is they're in the front line, a war zone, because from beginning their ancestors has always had their own moments, went through a lot, and that thing has been there. And no matter how you try to make it look like what they did was never raised to the sea, they already know what it was. So you don't need to try to educate them, right? So Latino trying now to gaslight them and say we're supposed to be one, we're supposed to come together. The day we realize that we have the same enemies, then things will get a lot better in our communities. I think that that particular ideology, that particular preaching should start, that particular sermon should start from your community, okay? Because this other community that you're talking to, they're cool, and they actually, for them to show that they actually care about you, they came out in mass to really vote against this. But somehow it's coming to fulfillment, because you guys said, no, I don't need your vote, I don't need you to prevent me from anything. I want this person to be in power. I saw a video of some of these Latino celebrities when they were endorsing the present administration and saying that Latinos have to vote for this and all of that, and every one of them was hailing. Where are those celebrities now? None of them is coming out to really speak on behalf of their own people, but instead they just sit back home, take up their brandies, play their music, do everything they have to do, enjoy their lives, and they're okay. So these people are not saying, you know what, you're not going to use us as a bait, or as a shield. We're done doing that. Well, guys, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts about all of this, the videos that you've watched. Let me know what you think in a comment. Let's have that conversation. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Bye, guys.